Lights, camera, action. Last video we talked about the lights part and I talked about ring lights and how much I didn't like ring lights. But in this video, I'm going to talk about some of your lighting options because you do have some. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ruben O. Villarreal. I am Board America across all my social medias. And let me just remind everybody that when I come to you in these videos, I give you the perspective of the late adapter. What is a late adapter? It's the person who has come late onto technology, who still struggles with technology and still trying to do their darndest to stay up with this social media situation that is extremely important in our outreach and in our branding. So I am a late adapter. So those are the ideas that come to you through this video, the perspective of that late adapter. So now let's start talking about lighting options other than a ring light. Well, the first one I'm going to talk to you is about that stuff back there, natural light. It's free, but it does have its challenges. Anybody who's ever shot a video outside or photography for that matter will tell you that there is a lot of challenges having to control that light because it's a lot of it and it's very intense. Now, the second option that I'm going to give you that has to do with lighting is this right here. And I'm going to show what it does. This is what they call a shoot-through umbrella. And it is an umbrella, right there. It's an umbrella. And what it does basically back here, you have a light stand, you have your light source, and it shines through, providing you a decent light that actually works quite well. But you know, my situation or my problem with shoot-through umbrellas is they're quite sizable. I mean, most people will have maybe one or two, but they do take up a lot of real estate, and sometimes real estate is in very short supply in smaller offices and or smaller studios, a lot like this one. So let me get rid of the shoot-through and let me take you to my next option, which is a softbox. And this is a softbox that's used for photography. It's not used for videos, but it's a lot of the same principle. Basically, you have a layer of diffusion, and this one you have two layers of diffusion, and the light source goes back here, and it basically is a softbox, and it props up. But these work really well. They give you really soft, diffused light. My only complaint about this, again, it's the space. They take up a lot of. Look how big it is. It really kind of almost comparison to me. It takes up quite a bit of room, and if you don't deal with a lot of very, very large spaces like I don't, like right now I'm shooting this video in my small studio, these type of options become to be somewhat of a burden. They do work great, but they have their limitations. You know, in both of these situations, I will tell you that has to connect to a light source, and in many cases a light source has to be connected to an electrical outlet. And that can be a little bit crippling, especially when you're a content creator working on a very tight budget and trying to stretch your dollar and stretch your effort. The next option that I'm going to recommend to you is the one that I use, one that I've very, very much grown to love and to appreciate, and it's LED lighting. And to tell you why I love LED lighting, well, the first thing I'm going to tell you, it's extremely flexible. You can use it in all sorts of applications. Right now this video is being shot with a light A and a light B, and it's LED lighting. And to show you how flexible it is, hold on a sec. Here it is. It is giving you the light that you saw back there in that corner. You can use these lights not just for an A light or a B light, but you can use them in all sorts of locations to give you that extra glow like you saw right now. I love the flexibility. Now, the second thing I will tell you about these LED lights is the portability. You can put pretty much stuff 2 or 3 or 4 of these in a backpack and some light stands a lot like this. Look how small this is, and you're on your way. Now, another thing you can do with these is, for example, you're on a live or a Zoom and you're working off your desk, you can prop one of these somewhere nearby and just have that for lighting. The other thing that I will tell you about, the adjustments it has is pretty incredible. This one can be adjusted from 10% all the way to 100%. Now I'm just going to turn it on right there. See that? But I'm going to bring it down a lot. Look at this. I'm going to go all the way down. And right there, it's about 10%. You saw that? Now, all lightings don't do that. They do have some adjustment, just like the ring light. The adjustment is nominal. It's not a lot of range. You got to really learn how to work with your light. And at the end of the day, it's about controlling your light and being able to direct it in the way that you want to direct it. Now, another thing I'll tell you that's wonderful about these lights is that they're battery powered. And this battery will last you about a little over an hour. So again, the ring light has its limitations. So do the other ones. My big qualm with the other ones is space. Now, if you have a studio in your house, and they do work and they're a good general use light, but again, for LED adapters like myself, it's about, you know, having very practical options that are adaptable, flexible, and give you a range of possibilities. Like right now, I'm gonna grab this light like I have it here. I'm gonna put it back where I had it before. I'm intensifying it. I'm gonna prop it back a little bit off this $5 stand that I got at Walmart. And there it is. I created a light environment just with one simple light back here, aside from my two lights that you see on either side. Now, let's go to price real quickly. The shoot through and the soft boxes, they're relatively inexpensive. Once you buy all the extras, like maybe a stand and some lights and stuff that go in them, they go up in price, but they're affordable. Again, my only qualm with them is space, and portability. Now, don't fool yourself. Once you start creating videos and start creating live, you're gonna start wanting to be mobile and take your equipment from one place to another. And these lights, let me reach over here, because I have an Ono here, will grow with you. You saw me reach over for this one. You can buy as many of these as you need. What they offer you and what you can do with them is really kind of limitless. And again, these come in different sizes. You choose what your budget is. You're gonna choose really which ones work for you. And I've used these size for over 3 years, and it's been very, very useful and practical. So LED adapters and everybody in between, there you have it. Your lighting options, you do have some. But again, I encourage you to make sure whatever option you choose, make sure that it can grow with you, that it's flexible, that allows you to do multiple things for the least amount of effort, the least amount of thought, and the least amount of money. If I can be of service to you, have any comments about this video, about the last video about ring lights, just drop it down in the DM. I always like to hear what you all have to say and see what your opinions are. And if I can be of service to you further, you have any questions, you can DM me as well at Border Mayor. I'm going to remind the LED adapters and everybody in between that this is social media, so you all keep on grinding. We'll see you next time.